Hey there, this is my first video for the first quiz for Math 1 Quarter 2. And I'm going to try to help you with the different kinds of problems that are on this quiz. Please remember that of course you can pause the video, you can back up, you can send me comments or questions if it's not clear what I'm talking about, and I can make another video, I can chat with you by Zoom, I can respond to you by email, whatever works for you. So what I've done is I've taken my quiz and put it on the left side of my browser, and I've put a separate tab for Desmos.com. Now, you can do this in different ways. If you wanted to, for example, download the Desmos app on your phone, then you could do all the stuff on Desmos on your phone next to your Chromebook, for example, instead of having two tabs open. Whatever you like, that's fine. So let's look at this first one. This says write the equation of the line shown. So it looks to me like on my screen that this red line goes through -7. Now yours might go through somewhere else. So I want a line to go through -7 over here, so I'm looking at my Desmos screen. Let's try something. Let's try y equals -7. Ooh, that was a good guess, but that didn't work. See how that made a horizontal line? That's great, but I want it to go this way. So what made it go here? What made it go here is it's crossing the y-axis at -7, which is why it's y equals -7. Let me make this just a little darker for you. There you go. So instead of crossing the y-axis at -7, what I'd really like is to cross the x-axis at -7. So let's try that. X equals -7. And there we go. So the black one we don't want, and the red one we do. So let's put over here x equals -7. Nice. So I'm going to submit this. Now notice there is a video made by someone else that you could also click on and see if that helps. Cool. Let's go on to number 2. So I'm going to clear these out of Desmos. Let's try this one. This says graph the line 3y plus 2x is equal to 3. So I've taken the equation here from the problem and typed it into Desmos. Now what does this tell me? This tells me that it starts here at 1 and it crosses the x-axis at 1.5. So over here I'm going to make sure I'm on my line tool. That's this one. I don't want a parabola or this absolute value v thing. I don't want a circle. Nope, none of that. What I want is a straight line. So it's going to cross at 1, click. And then it's going to also hit at 1.5. So I'm going to click there. Now I do not want any of these dots. Don't put any extra dots. Don't even put dots here. You'll get it wrong on the computer quiz. Just use this tool right here and then click submit. And there you go. Let's try number 3. Remember to pause if I'm going too fast. So this one says graph the two lines on the grid below. Let's type the first one. Y equals -6 over 7x. Now notice if you just type 7x, that's weird. We need to do right arrow and then x so that it puts the x on the regular line there, and then plus 4. And then we can even type in the other one, -6 over 7x minus 5. Some of you are wondering how to make this little fraction bar. That's divide. So if you click the show keyboard, you can use divide to make a fraction. Here, let me just show you. If I do 2 divided by 3, that makes a fraction, right? Cool. So first of all, I think you can see that these two lines are parallel. So let's go down here, if I can scroll down, and we can say that those are definitely parallel. So that's the easy part. Now graphing it might be the trickier part. So let's try that. This green one here says you're starting at 4 and then you're going down 6 and over 7. So you're starting at 4 and then you're going down 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're going over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there you are. There's a dot right in there. Cool. So let's try that. So we're starting at 4. And then we're going down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. Let's try the other one. This one starts at -5, and it also goes down 6 over 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh. So we're going to go off the screen here, and so that's going to make that a little harder. So the way to solve that is actually to go the other way. So instead of going down 6 and over 7, if you want to make it parallel, you could go up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and back 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that way it still works. And you can see that they're still parallel. Just make sure that you count carefully, and remember that where you start from is 0, and this is 1, 2, 3. Some students go 1, 2, 3, where the dot they start at is 1, but that's not right. You haven't moved anywhere when you're at where you started. You've only moved 1 when you've moved 1. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Hope that helps. I'm going to submit that. We'll see that it turns green. Hooray! And let's go on to number 4. So this one says, consider the two equations. What's the relationship between them? Now, of course I can type these into Desmos. But I don't even need to, because I have noticed that, here, let me back up. I deleted those. Do you see these two are parallel? What makes them parallel? What makes them parallel is that the two slopes are exactly the same. So I know that those are parallel. Cool. What would make them perpendicular? Let's try that. If I wanted to make them perpendicular, because some of you will have a question that says, are they perpendicular? Is instead of -6/7, I'd make it positive 7 over 6. See how I took the fraction and I flipped it over and I changed the negative to a positive, and that makes it perpendicular right there. Oh, sorry, got emails coming in. So let's go on to a different one. So notice 6 has a red line through it. That means that I decided it was too hard and I gave it to everyone for free. So if you'd like a challenge, go ahead and try it, but you'll get the point whether you get it right or wrong. But you can certainly try it out and see how you do. Let's see, let's try this one real quick. This is number 7. It says, write the equation of the line that is parallel to this guy and has a y-intercept of 7. Well, let's write the first guy. Y equals 10x minus 3. If I want to be parallel, well, then I need the same slope. So I know it's going to be also 10x. Has to be 10x. And then if I want it to have a y-intercept of 7, well, that's this second number here. This is a y-intercept of -3. See, that's the y-intercept of -3. Right now, my green one has a y-intercept of 0 because that's what's there. There's nothing there, so that's a 0. But I don't want a 0. I want a y-intercept of 7. So instead of 0, I'm going to type a 7. And let's just check and see if that works. Whoop, that's one failure. There we go. So does it cross at 7? It sure does. So now we know that this green equation is correct. So y equals 10x plus 7. And I'm just filling in the blanks and submit. Okay, that should tell you how to do all the problems on this quiz. Please message me. Send me a note in Canvas, any way that you can, and I will help you more if you're still stuck. Please keep your courage up. Things are hard, but we're all doing the best we can. I wish I could help all of you in person, and hopefully we can soon. All right, I'll talk to you soon.